Hello everybody, this is Teresa from Tadazzle Plans. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. It's time to practice again. So, I didn't do a lot of decorating this week. I just didn't really have time. I am going to use the same pen. I did pick out some different colors. I probably won't change colors each line like I normally do. Maybe just each word. I'm not sure yet, but I decided to try working with just a softer pen. So this is the Pentel. That's what it is. I don't think that is. Yeah, it is. It's the Pentel brush sign pen is what it is. Oh, there it is. I'm like, this one looks different, but I just couldn't see it. So anyway, I picked out a purple, a lighter purple, a light gray, and a dark gray. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to start, and I'm going to warm up with the word ace, like we had talked about last week. I'm just going to start with the dark gray, I guess. And sorry about the mess around me, but I've been a little busy today. So, excuse me. Let's go ahead and get started. And I'm just going to bring that a little bit closer there. And you just want to make sure that you are relaxed and that your paper's in the right position, your arms, your shoulders, your neck, your back, all the things. So let's get started. All right. So this pen is a small tip, but it's much softer than some of the other pens that I have been using. That one really is weird looking. But I thought I would try this one because it's going to take a little bit more concentration, but I think it's also easier to get the difference in the heavier down and the light up. It just, I don't know. Last week I seemed to have really good luck with this pen, so I thought I'd just try using just this pen. And I may change my mind halfway through. We'll see how it goes. So it seems like oops, there's that, whatever that is under my desk or on my desk. It seems like I'm heavier handed than I realized. And so I think using the softer tip pen makes me really have to concentrate. Whoops. Need to concentrate on the letter I'm writing too. It's going to take a little bit of practice to get this down, of course, just like any other one. Sorry, I'm concentrating. I am going to grab another soft one. Just grab. Here's something, I don't know. This is red. I don't know why I grabbed. I don't want red. It's going to clash with everything. All right, here's purple. This is the Rytec sign brush pen. They're very similar. This one's smaller, but the softness is almost probably exact. Just this tip is smaller. I don't know, that feels pretty good. The thing is I don't want to be using a pen that I have to push, you know, that I have to really concentrate on getting the thicker line, because it causes me to have some pain in my carpal tunnel area. That's why I decided to do this too. And I don't know, I think looking at it, I think it looks pretty good. I'm not unhappy. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this page over. I'm going to switch out two of these pens, the two grays, so we can have some pretty color. And I'm going to use two of these and two of those. And I am going to just switch it out a little bit and just see how it goes. I think that'll go. So we're going to start with the letter A that we learned last week. I'm going to start with the softer tip pen. I mean, the bigger, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an expert, that is for sure. But we're going to heavy down, light up, kind of oval, kind of slanted. So far looking good. And then, oh, that looks good. Oops, I was going to write a word. Heavy, light, kind of oval, looking good. I think that looks good. To see how slow I'm going to make it look good. That one doesn't look good. All right, boy, it's raining. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It is pouring. It was supposed to snow, but it just is raining like crazy. All right, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to do the two of the bigger tip, a little bit bigger tip, and then two of the other. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this part, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This week we're going to learn the letter T, which is one of my favorite letters since it's the beginning of my name, right? So this letter is very similar to the I that we've already learned, only we start at the top and come down and then tail up and then a thin cross. Heavy down, light up. And you can make your cross, you can do it, you know, however. If you want it straight, you can do it straight. If you want it crazy, not crazy, but very elaborate, you can do that. I like it pretty simple, but I do like my cross to be a little wave. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep going with this pen instead of switching colors. It's a pretty easy letter as far as I feel. Excuse me, but I learned this letter quite some time ago, obviously because of my name. Oops, that was a little weird. I don't like to put too big of a connector on it because I don't know, I think it looks weird by itself. Now if I'm doing a word, I might feel slightly different and go ahead and make it a little bigger. Just depends. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Now we're ready for our first word. Taco. Excuse me, I really have a tickle tonight. So now the thing with the T is usually you will cross it at the end of the word. So just a little hint. I mean, I don't think there's any rules. I don't know that says you have to do that, but that's just how it seems to be done. Okay, that looks pretty good. Whoops, and then I went and crossed it. Like I said, I don't think there's any rules. I'm gonna grab this mat here because there's definitely a bump. I'm sorry, I hit the camera. There's definitely a bump in my desk right there, and it's really throwing me off. So forgive me for changing things up here in the middle, but I just need to see if I can make it a little bit better. And you got to remember I need to remember not to reach to bring the paper where I need it. So that's something I need to work on. You want the comfort. You know, it's not just 100% how you do your letter. This is too soft to be writing on. Oh, I'm a hot mess today, girls and guys, if there's any guys here. Hopefully there is. That would be nice. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, and before I come back, I am going to grab something else to put under my paper because this is too soft and it's making it a little bit difficult for me. So see if we A-C-K, tact. So let's go ahead and get started. So now we have a T at the beginning and a T at the end. The thing is you want to make them as close to each other as possible. And I don't mean close this way, I mean close. You see how this one's a little bit weird looking? I don't know how else to say it. It's a little bit weird. This one's more straight and heavy with just a little tail. And this one's kind of too skinny and a weird looking tail. So that's something you want to think about when you're writing the same letter in a word, especially if they're right next to each other. But even when they're not, you want to try and make it as close to the same as possible. And then I did it again. All right, I'm going to fast forward through this part and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. And we have 3 words left. Word is cite, C-I-T-E. So we're going to start with the C. Whoops, I'm sorry. I need to get a drink. Okay, let's try that again. You want that little connector up there a little bit. And bring down, connect. Now, I got my I and my T a little bit too close, so when I dotted my I, it's clear over here because my crosser or whatever, I don't know what that's called, it's too close. So let's try that again. I'm going to just bring that out just a little bit more. Same with this one. And that. That looks a little bit better. Not too far apart, but definitely not squished like this one was. Let's try that again. Not too bad. So those are the things that you need to think about as you learn and you're writing words or paragraphs, quotes, those kinds of things in your planner. You'll need to be able to kind of see it, like this one. I don't know, there's something weird about that one, but you need to be able to size it up, I guess. But as you get better and get more practice under your belt, I think that kind of comes a little bit natural. But like, I can't even print properly and see that. So that's always going to be one of those things, I think, for me. But it is what it is. Like, I'll go to put a word in my planner a lot of times, and it'll be over to the left or to the right too far, and I'll go out of the box or off the line or whatever I'm doing, or vice versa. And it's just that E messed up. But all right, I hate finishing a word when I mess up the first letter. I don't know if you guys are like that, but once I know the word's not going to look right, sometimes it's like I don't even want to finish it. But you gotta learn. You gotta learn. Practice, practice, practice. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the next couple lines. I'll be right back. Oh, I-O-T-A. So we're going to start with the I. And I don't like to have an intro on the bottom. You can if you want. Totally up to you. I just prefer to come straight down and start my word. But you know, like I've been saying, you got to make it yours. I think that looks pretty good. All right. I think that's looking really good. How are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments if you're struggling with a certain letter or a certain pen. You know, there's no rules about what you have to use. You can use the same pen, a different pen than what I've shown. I have others I haven't shown. I've only shown the pens that I use on a regular basis. But you have to find what works for you. So you don't want to go out and buy, you know, 6 dozen of the Pentel brush pens and then find out that you can't write with them. So try to buy singles till you know. And if you know, great. It took me a little while. I was just using the hard tip pen when I very first started and was trying mostly to teach myself, which I don't know. You have to be pretty good to teach yourself something this hard, in my opinion. And it wasn't working. And I talked to someone about it and, you know, told them my struggles of making my lines, you know, obviously different between the thin line and the thick line. And they suggested these pens to me. And so I tried them and I did like them, but I wasn't good enough to use them full time. Right. I think that looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and move on to our last word of the day. I'm going to leave a little bit of, if I can remember by the time I get there, this little space right here empty. And I'm going to try the big tip. I'm going to write our word in that because I really want to get where I can use all my Tombow Duo brush pens that I have hundreds of. Well, not hundreds, but I have a lot. I love them to color and stuff, but I'd really like to be able to write with them. Okay, so we have A. Then you want to make sure that the T's are as close as the same. T's are pretty easy to keep, you know, the same. I should say easier than a lot of other letters, like D's and B's. They're a little bit harder. But, yeah. Okay, I am going to fast forward and I will be back. Looking good. All right, I'm just going to reach over and grab a marker that's on top, and it happens to match, which is nice. It is lavender. I hope I left myself enough room. We'll see. All right, here we go. Heavy, light, heavy down, light up. Oops. All right, I don't think that looks too bad. I'm going to say I'm pleased with myself. All right, So we finished another week and another letter, and I think it looks really great. Next week's letter is U, and it's one of those letters that when it's done right, I think it looks really nice, but it's a harder letter for me, but I like it. But it's very similar to the A in the fact that that line that comes down has to be just right to make that word or that letter look just right. So we'll see how that goes, and I will talk to you next week. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for supporting me. And I hope that your practicing with me is what you need to make yourself better and hold yourself accountable. All right. Have a great day. Bye.